Digging stories. Digging. I guess you could call this a digging story. I think it's kind of hilarious. This is gonna be one of those short but sweet ones. Uh, Vinyl digging. Man, this is cool. So check this out. This is kind of funny. Uh, Years ago, I can't remember the exact year. I think it was before COVID. I think it was definitely before COVID. And I don't know if I was at work or if I was at the crib. Anyway, I got a phone call. Now, I gotta say big ups to the homie Oxygen, MC Oxygen, aka MC Just Divine, aka John Shaft, aka DJ Oxygen, that Oxygen, the Gone Diggin Oxygen. Big ups to him because he's a very integral part of this story. I get a call from Oxygen and he's like, Daryl, I'm in, what was the city he was in? I can't even think of the city. Austin or Portland or I can't remember. He was in some city and he was at a record store and Prodigy from Mobb Deep was in the record store. He's like, yo, Prodigy's here. I don't know, he was promoting something or whatever. I can't remember what it was, something he was doing. And he said, hey man, he's selling 45s of the Shook Ones Part 2 song. Shook Ones on 45. Now that song has never been on 45. And he's selling them? I'm like, yo, now I remember he told me, Ox says they're $20 a piece he's selling them for, which is crazy outrageous for that, right? So the only money that I could get to Oxygen immediately was money I had in my PayPal account because I absolutely wanted Shook Ones on 45. And me at the time, I was still like a real heavy eBayer. So I'm thinking, yo, I wouldn't mind flipping, some of these. You never know. But the only money I had in my PayPal was like $60. That's all I had in there. So I said, man, I'm finna send you $60. Grab me 3 copies of them. So I sent him the $60 immediately. He was like, don't trip, I got you. So he sends it to me in the mail. I get it, I don't know, a week or two later. And first thing I did was I started, this is the 45 right here. So if you look on there, it's got all of the loud BMG or whatever that stuff, but it also has this company that I never heard of called Get On Down. Never heard of Get On Down. And so immediately I start doing my research. Now I'm all over the internet. There is no information about Get On Down. There's nothing. I'm checking Google, I'm checking for websites, I'm checking for music blogs, I'm checking 45 rap blogs, anything I can look up. I cannot find any information on this company called Get On Down. And I don't understand why they would put out a product I'm in New York, you know how that is. I don't understand why they would put out a product and they don't have any information out there about the company. That didn't make much sense to me. What I later realized is that this record, because I didn't know if Prodigy just had some on him, and whatever he had them himself, and he was only selling them. I didn't know if there were going to be more of these released in the future. None of that information was available, nothing at all. So it turns out that I put one on eBay, right? And I would run a 7-day auction back in those days. I'm not on eBay now. I have nothing to do with them, but I ran a 7-day auction. After 7 days, it sold for $120. Yeah, so what happens is, I'm thinking people saw this and they were like, just like me, I gotta have this. They probably did the same thing, did some research, couldn't find any information about it. Perhaps people thought it might be a new release. It might have come out 5 or 10 years ago. Definitely didn't come out when the actual, 12-inch came out. But maybe some thought they did, maybe. There was no information on it. And every now and then, you will find out that something came out a while back, you just didn't know about it. I know it's like that with a lot of jukebox 45s. Like, you would go and you would look for a certain record on 45 and it wouldn't be around, and then you find out there was a jukebox copy, hanging around the whole time. Not the whole time, but after so much time. Anyway, people saw it and they just had to have it, and they were fighting over it this day, and I was like, yo, this is cool. So again, I had 3 copies. So after the first one sold, I sent a second, what do they call them, the second chance offers to the next highest bidder, which was right around $119, and that person snatched it up right away. So I made a pretty decent profit off of that. I just wish I would have had enough money to buy like 10 or 20 copies, because I probably would have sold every one of them immediately and made a crap load of money. Well, not a crap load, but a real decent profit on it. And of course, the third copy I kept for myself, because Daryl D gotta have that copy too. So it must have been at least 6-8 months later that this was actually released. It might have been a little longer than that, but it was quite a while later that this popped up, and that information about Get On Down. You guys know Get On Down they're like a reissue label, and they started out reissuing a lot of rap 45s, but now they've been doing albums, for years now, and they reissued a crap load of stuff. Anyway, information started coming out about it, and then when these appeared in record stores or online, and they were like regular retail. And what are 45s going for nowadays? Like anywhere from 12 to, at the time, I would say anywhere from $12 to $15 is what they were, going for. And I know those 2 guys, or 2 people that bought these at $120 a piece is probably in their feelings about I know I would have been. I've been caught up like that. Not quite that bad, I don't think I have, but I just remember when it came out, every time me and Oxygen, bring this up, and we just be cracking up about it, because it's so funny. But it was a great little money grab for me. I just wish I could have took more advantage of the situation. I wish I could have had more money to send him, but he had to. I had to get him some cash immediately, and that was the only way I could have done it at the time. But yeah, I remember, who was it? There was this guy, what was his name? The record guy, Gene something, I forgot. He was touring with when Jazzy Jeff and DJ Scratch were on that 45 tour, and they stopped through Phoenix. He was on tour with them. I can't think of his last name or his whole name. Anyway, he like basically set up a mini record store, you know, on these shows. And this guy, if you know who he is, I know a lot of y'all know who I'm talking about. He's got some incredible stuff. I mean, stuff I've never seen before. Really, really expensive stuff. And of course his prices are a little on the crazy side. But I remember me and my homeboy DJ Action at that show, we were going through his 45s, and we one of us, I can't remember which one of us, came across The Craziest by Naughty by Nature on 45. The crazy, you know, the craziest song, real ill song. And we were just like, whoa, because neither one of us had ever seen it. And I remember asking him, yo, how much is this record? And he was just like, 20. And one of us grabbed it. And then the other one, as we were digging more, found another copy. So we both ended up walking away with a copy, which we were both happy about. But when I got home, I got on the internet and I started looking it up and seeing if there were any for sale, and if so, how much. And yeah, there were plenty of them for sale, like on Discogs, and the cheapest one in good condition, really good condition, was $6. I hit up Action. I was like, yo, man, could have got these things for a whole lot cheaper. And we just kind of laughed about the whole thing. So that was one time that I paid a lot more than I probably should have for something that I really wanted. But it was nothing like this. It was nothing like that. But I'm sure that I've had a situation like that. I just can't think about it. And as I go through my collection and I come across some records like that, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a video about that, and it'll be one of those disappointing moments in hip-hop videos that I've made before, because I know I've paid a whole lot more than I should have for some other records. But so stay tuned for that, because I know I got some. I'll wait until I come across maybe a small handful before I actually make a video and talk about it. But peace and love to the two nice individuals that made it possible for me to pay my electric bill and put some gas in my in my tank back in the day. Much love to you guys, all right? And thank you guys for hanging out with me. And I don't know, a digging story, a cool digging story with the help of oxygen. All right, y'all, I'm out. Peace.